When I was taking a morning walk, I saw a pelmet or wooden cornice lying on the roadside of an abandoned house. I brought it home. Hi everybody, I'm Mom and welcome to Momda's Life Handmade. Today I'm participating in a DIY collab called Farmhouse DIY Collab that is being hosted by Sandra from the Shoal's Nest. I'll put link to Sandra's channel in the description box of my video. She loves to do a lot of farmhouse DIYs, so do visit her channel. She has also created a playlist where we, a bunch of YouTubers, are bringing for you farmhouse decor DIYs. So do visit the playlist. The link will be there in the description box of this video for getting more farmhouse DIY ideas. If you are new to my channel or coming from any of the channels from the playlist, a big hello and welcome to my channel. Look around, and if you love the content of my channel, which is all about doing lots and lots of DIYs, decor and home, everything within budget. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button given below the video, and do hit the bell icon twice so that you're notified each time I post my video. Now it has a lower back side and a high front side. It is 6 inches wide by 36 inches in length. After a good cleaning, I gave it a coat of paint. The first coat of paint was blotchy, so I gave a second coat of paint. This is good for use now and decoration. I wanted to paint some stripes. Now one can use painter's tape for crisp lines, but I just drew the lines with ruler and pencil and filled it freehand with brush and little acrylic color in dull greenish grey. I made this color by combining little green and very little black with lots of white. I made broad strips guarded by 1 inch thick strips in the center and 1 inch strips in each side of this front or the higher side of this box or pelmet. On the back side, I painted pencil thick stripes at regular intervals. Next, I went through the internet and looked for images of French labels that can be used for household items. And there are n number of them on net, and I picked some and got them printed on this A4 size paper. So here I have the main label that I'll put on this portion, which is higher in height in the center. And if you notice, this is a reverse. Now this print was available reversed, but you can always reverse them in your photo editor. So I will use this label here in the center. Then I got some stamps. Again, I reversed them in my photo editor and it added them to this page, and I'm going to tear them and use them on the back side, which is a narrow strip with lines that you saw. And then I have this beautiful black and white roses, 2 of them for 2 corners, so I'm going to use them on 2 corners. Now my workplace is little small, so I'm not able to show you the corners. So here will come 1 rose, and similarly on the other side the other rose. So the first thing that I'll do is I will have to tear these things. I need this to be reverse printed because it's a little different. I'm going to transfer this image onto this, not just paste it, transfer the image onto this. So I'm going to wet this edges and then tear it. Because the clear, if I have those clear edges of what you get when cutting with scissors, it will not merge well with the wood. So I'll have to tear this image out. Here is where I want this print to go, and this is in the reverse side, so I will paste it like this. So I have just made a crease to know where the center is, and I'm going to apply Mod Podge over this place liberally and with a brush so that it's evenly here. And then paste it with the printed side down. So I just eyeball the center and pasting it here. Make sure that it's pasted all over it and there are no creases. Now you would have seen me in other decoupage projects that I also apply a coat of Mod Podge over this, but because the print is down and I want to take this layer of white paper away, therefore I'm not applying Mod Podge over, but I made sure that my paper is well glued to the surface and there are no air bubbles. I'm pushing any possible air bubble in, and I will let this dry overnight maybe, so that this paper sticks absolutely well with this wood. Now this is well dried, and now will be the time to do some magic. I'm taking some water in a brush and I'm applying it over this print, spreading it all over. You can use brush or a rag, or even take some water in your finger and apply it. Apply it evenly all over it. Let the paper wet very well, layer to layer, and once you feel the whole paper is wet, it will be time to take it off. You just rub it gently and you will see the paper is started to come out. You see here? If you feel it's dry, add more water. This is like magic. My kids also did on the other side and they really enjoyed it. It's very satisfying. The only thing you need to take care is that you're gentle and you don't peel off the writings. Have patience and it will work out beautifully. Wasn't this absolute magic? And now you realize why I had inverted, that is horizontally inversed my label before printing it out, so that when I do this kind of technique of decoupage, the label comes out straight now. Now one can read it straight properly over this. Now finally I thought that these patterns were looking little drab, So I added some colors to them. Simple colors, soft colors, light oranges, pinks and greens into the pattern and become prominent. Then I also added a coat of Mod Podge over it when the paint dried. Similarly on all this decoupage, after everything was dry, I just took a brush and added a layer of Mod Podge over it just to seal everything down and to keep everything safe. Now one can even add a spray of varnish over it, and that completes this piece. I love how this whole thing turned out. It has this French farmhouse vibes about it. The stripes look beautiful. The labels have come out very nice. And I'm very happy with this new technique of decoupage that I tried for the first time. Now I'm going to share with you how I use it in decor in my home. So I can use it in my kitchen and also use it in the dining room area. In the kitchen, the florals add to the decor item, and I have added some cooking and baking items here and organized them here. I love this whole look in French farmhouse vibes with all whites and labels and stripes, and a pretty organizer to work with in the kitchen. The second look is for the dining space. I can place daily dishes or cutlery organized on my sideboard, ready to use for mealtime. Useful and beautiful, decorative and functional, my favorite combination. I love the French farmhouse flair here. I want to thank Sandra for hosting this collab and inviting me to join this collab. It was wonderful. I want to thank you all for coming to this video. Do visit the playlist for more ideas. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share this video, and if you like the content of my channel, please subscribe. And thank you everybody, and I'll see you very soon with a new DIY in a new video. Until then, be positive, be creative, and be happy.